She didn't come to the hotel for rest. She came with a mission, one that only a handful of people in the country even knew about. But the moment she stepped into the lobby, dressed in plain clothes and carrying nothing but a simple bag, the judgment began. Guests stared. Staff whispered. Security watched her every move. They thought she was suspicious. Out of place. Maybe even dangerous. But what they didn't realize was that she wasn't there by accident. She had been sent. And when they tried to confront her, let's just say, they chose the wrong woman to question. Nia James stepped out of the black car and into the lobby of the luxurious Hillcrest Hotel, her sneakers silent against the marble floor. To any outsider, she looked like just another tired traveler, no makeup, plain clothes, hair pulled back. But what no one saw was the government-issued badge tucked deep in her jacket pocket. If you believe in justice, hit like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you never miss a story that matters. The hotel glistened with chandeliers and soft jazz, but the moment Nia entered, the air changed. A white man in a tailored suit turned and frowned. A front desk clerk lowered her voice and tilted her head toward Nia. Two security guards exchanged glances. It wasn't what she wore. It wasn't what she said. It was simply that she didn't look like someone who belonged. She walked with quiet purpose, scanning the lobby like she'd done 100 times before in undercover operations. But this wasn't an ordinary assignment. A senator's daughter had received threats. The FBI needed someone to get inside, unnoticed, invisible, but fully alert. That someone was Nia. And yet, as she approached the elevators, someone stepped in front of her. "Excuse me," a woman from the front desk said sharply. "Are you lost? Guests need a key card to access the rooms." Nia looked at her calmly. "I'm exactly where I need to be." But the woman didn't back down. Neither did the security guards now walking toward her. In the next few moments, things would escalate quickly, and none of them knew just how badly they'd miscalculated. Because Nia wasn't here to stay the night. She was here to protect someone's life, and now, her cover was seconds from being blown. The moment the guards started walking toward her, Nia's training kicked in. Calm breaths. Steady hands. Neutral posture. She wasn't here to make a scene, she was here to watch someone who might be targeted. But now she had become the center of attention. And that was dangerous. The taller of the two guards stepped in front of her. "We've had a few concerns, ma'am," he said, voice low but firm. "Mind telling us what you're doing here?" Nia raised an eyebrow. "I'm checking in." He looked her up and down, unimpressed. "Can I see an ID?" She hesitated. Not because she didn't have one, she had several. But revealing her identity before confirming the threat could compromise the operation. And worse, it could put the senator's daughter in immediate danger. "I'd prefer not to be questioned in the lobby," she said. "Is there a manager I can speak to?" That only made things worse. By now, guests at the front desk had turned to look. A woman with a phone was recording quietly. One of the employees whispered, "She's not even dressed for this hotel." Nia caught it all, microaggressions wrapped in suspicion. Not once had she raised her voice. Not once had she stepped out of line. And yet, the staff had treated her like a threat. Because she was a black woman. Alone. In a high-end hotel. Just then, another guest entered, white, young, in shorts and flip-flops. He walked right past the guards without a glance. Nia saw it. So did the woman recording. But the guards didn't. "We're going to have to ask you to leave," the second guard said. Nia exhaled sharply. Her comms earpiece buzzed. "Target en route. You have less than 90 seconds to re-establish position. Do not blow cover." Her jaw clenched. She had one shot. She slowly reached into her jacket. The guards tensed. And then, she held it out. Her FBI badge. "Special Agent Nia James. I'm on assignment. And you've just interfered with a federal investigation." The silence in the lobby was deafening. Mouths dropped. Phones lifted. The same people who whispered just moments ago now stood stunned, frozen in disbelief. But Nia wasn't done. Because the real danger hadn't even walked through the door yet. And thanks to their prejudice, they'd just almost compromised a national security operation. For a long second, no one moved. The guards stared at the badge, blinking. The manager stepped forward, face pale, clearly just realizing the magnitude of what they'd done. The whispers turned into gasps. Phones kept recording. But Nia's eyes never left the entrance. Because now, he was here. The target. A man in a crisp suit stepped through the revolving door, glancing around casually, but Nia knew better. He had a pattern. Pick luxury hotels. Target high-profile guests. Disappear without leaving a trace. She'd been tracking him for 6 months. And now, after all this, she was seconds from losing him. Move, she ordered the guards. Now. Still stunned, they stepped aside as she moved with purpose, one hand brushing her jacket, ready for anything. The target spotted her. His smile faltered. He turned. Started walking away. Nia was right behind him. He picked up speed. Headed for the rear corridor. A fire exit. She knew she wouldn't make it in time. Nia, a voice crackled in her earpiece. Do not let him exit. Repeat, do not. Too late. The door burst open, and he vanished into the alleyway behind the hotel. Nia followed at full sprint. The alley was narrow, littered with trash bins and echoes. She scanned the shadows, until a blur of motion from behind a dumpster caught her eye. Gun drawn. She froze. Don't, she said firmly. You're not walking out of here free. The man laughed. And you weren't even supposed to be in that lobby. That's what almost ruined this. For a beat, it was a standoff. But Nia wasn't alone anymore. Backup rounded the corner, 4 agents with rifles raised. The man dropped his weapon instantly. Handcuffs clicked. He was done. And in that moment, Nia looked back toward the hotel. The people who had tried to throw her out had just watched her take down a federal fugitive. The man was in custody. Months of work, surveillance, and planning, all worth it in that one moment. But as Nia walked back through the hotel lobby, the atmosphere had shifted. The same manager who called her suspicious now looked away in shame. Guests who had stared at her with doubt just minutes ago now whispered with awe. No one apologized. They didn't have to. Because her badge, her actions, had said it all. Nia wasn't there for recognition. She was there to do her job. But the injustice she faced before catching the criminal wasn't lost on her, or the cameras still rolling. Later that night, the video went viral. Not just of the arrest, but of what happened before it. Of how a black woman, in a sharp suit and wheelchair-accessible heels, was judged as a threat, until she revealed who she truly was. She wasn't just the agent who caught a federal fugitive. She was a walking reminder that assumptions can't define ability. That skin color and silence don't equal weakness. And sometimes, the most dangerous thing you can do, is underestimate someone on sight. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell, because more voices like Nia's deserve to be heard.